Wished for a book like this to exist that showed people and parents and teachers how to explain to children what to do when you see someone who doesn't quite look like you or act like you, and how interactions really do affect not only the person who has a difference, but the person who is noticing that difference. And so it was really important to me to come up with an idea of how to bring this idea to children and teachers and parents all at once. And so a couple of years ago, I started going to schools to bring this idea to life. And Jenny had heard about what I'd been talking to students about and came to me with the idea to write a book. And it never occurred to me that that was something I always wanted to do, but apparently it was. And with our two passions, we created something that we never knew would be such an important piece that the community would have grabbed so quickly and so wholeheartedly. And so now I would like to read a little bit for you, and then I'll hand it off to Jen. What's wrong with her face? Why does she look like that? What happened to her legs? What is a walker? Why is he so short? In a box of crayons, some tips are sharp and wrappers are intact. Other crayons have peeling labels and missing tips. Some are smaller than a typical crayon. Just as these crayons are still able to create something magnificent, no matter their shape, color, or size, people too should be valued as beautiful and capable, regardless of differences. One quality we all want kids to embody is kindness for others. For parents and educators, teaching kindness and acceptance can be a tricky road. Through the art of compassion, we are able to explicitly model, teach, and openly discuss how to navigate encounters with differences. This guidance helps kids learn to be kind to each other and accept everyone. Conversations about physical differences can be challenging. Children are aware of surroundings and ask questions that may seem embarrassing. When children notice a distinction and announce it publicly, they are doing so with absolute honesty and a yearning to understand. This book is a resource to help guide you with the questions, now what do I do? We envisioned a teacher or parent utilizing this book as a conversation of how one should interact with someone who looks different. To read the book, start with reading the middle text first and then comparing Ellie's interaction, the top of the book, to Sam's interaction, the bottom of the book. After each scenario, discuss the differences and how you can always choose to be kind. Teaching with the art of compassion is a long road, and we hope that this can be the beginning of your journey, Rena and Jenny. So the first scenario that we chose to read is the first in the book. It is a beautiful summer day and the ice cream truck has just made its rounds. Everyone is enjoying the last day of summer break at Jackson Park. Ellie and Sam are building sandcastles when Hannah comes over to play. Hi, my name is Hannah. Can I get water and put a moat around your castle? You can't play with us. And why does your face look like that? It looks smushed. There's a girl in the sandbox who wants to build with us, but I don't know if she can. It looks like there's something wrong with her. And the mom says, it looks like she's playing in the sand, just like you. Why don't you ask her if she wants to add something to the castle? When you look at Hannah, you notice that her forehead is bigger and her eyes stick out a little more. Hannah has apron syndrome. Hannah's hands have 4 fingers. She has a hard time bending her hands because when she was born, her fingers were stuck together. I look different, just like everyone looks different. Well, you can't play because your face and hands look weird. Come back when you look normal. Hey, my name is Sam. Want to help me build my castle? I have an extra bucket you can use. Thanks. That would be great. I'll find water for a moat. So after each scenario, there's a fact page about that syndrome. Easy for children to understand and easy for parents to explain to the children. So a couple of facts for Apert syndrome we collected. Our Apert syndrome is a condition involving differences in the shape of a person's head, face, and webbings of hands and feet. And at the end of each FAQ page, there's a website where you can look at the source and find out more information also. And then after that FAQ page, there's 2 images of 2 children or adults with that difference. So real images of real people living with that difference. And that was really important to us because it's important to actually see something that you might see around you. And I am a photographer part-time, and so that was something that was really important to me to show that there's beauty all around us. and that you can always find similarities in our differences, and that we're all unique in a very special way.
I'm going to read another scenario. The blue and red teams are in the soccer championship. Everyone is hustling around the field, dribbling, passing, and kicking. Ava is running with the ball and about to score a goal when her wig falls off. Ava is a healthy, athletic, soccer-loving second grader. Ava has alopecia, which means she has no hair. Ava's body doesn't do what it needs to do to grow hair. This is just something that makes her unique. And then on the top scenario, Ellie is saying, look, she has no hair, don't get too close, she's sick. Oh no, my wig, she's saying. And then at the bottom, Sam is going over and just comforting her and giving her her wig back instead of going and taking the wig and calling attention to it. And then Ellie says, I don't have a wig, I have beautiful real hair. And Sam says, Ava says, I'm beautiful with or without hair. It's more important to be beautiful on the inside than the outside. And then Sam goes over to Ellie and says, you should be nice to her whether she has hair or not. We need to choose to be kind to everyone, regardless of what they look like. So again, bringing up that conversation of, doesn't matter what somebody has on the outside, get to know them on the inside, and that we both love soccer, we both can do it. And I was thinking about what to say today, talking about labels, and how some of us have physical labels and some of us have labels on the inside. I wrote a book, but I don't consider myself a writer. I ran a marathon, but I don't always consider myself a runner. And I have a chronic illness, but people can't see that, don't know that about me. Even my close friends don't know it about me. And I think that it's about getting beyond the label and getting to know the people inside and not worried about what people have on the outside. And being able to make connections and learn how to teach compassion and kindness in all that you do. And one way to do that is reading. So our hope with the book is that you can have those conversations with your children, with your children's teachers, any doctors, so that they can have those conversations of what to do and not feel scared when somebody looks different. Not feel like you're going to catch it, but feel like, oh, I know that. I can relate to that. We can find something that's common and good. So thank you again to Jeff and to Milt for hosting us and having us, and thanks for everything.
Unfortunately, I don't need a microphone for my voice carries well. But thank you guys so much for doing this. And I hope that everybody, I like to think of Milts as an incubator of ideas. And so this is an opportunity for all of us to figure out ways that we can spread the word about this book, because there's nothing more important than letting and helping other people realize that people are different, but it's what's inside of them. Some people look different, but it's what's inside of them that is most important, and to make everybody try to feel good about themselves. So please, talk to Rena and to Jenny to find a way to get a link to send out to all of your friends on Facebook to buy copies of the book. And Danny Gorlin is going to have his newspaper write an article about it. And if you know other people who have newspapers, we need to spread the word, because that's the way that this makes everything work a little bit better. So thank you all. If you didn't buy a book, don't leave without buying one. And kids, if your parents didn't buy one, don't tell them to give them a kiss until they buy one. Thank you.